What up, team? So here you are, live with Big Boys Boxing once again, and there's a bit to talk about. There was a little bit of great action on the weekend for the heavyweights. Some other action with Marcus Brown taking a loss, Curtis Stevens taking a loss, and those are the three fights that I watched. But as per usual, get a few things sorted here, get some links sent out, and we'll get the show on the road. Let me check my audio. Get a few things. We good. We got Marla in the chat. What's up, brother? Tommy Tamper in the chat as well. Good to have you boys in. I'll have a hangout open. I'll send out some links in a moment, and then I'll drop one in the chat as well. But yeah, the biggest fight over the weekend, the most exciting fight for me, was Adam Kovnarski versus Chris Arreola. Not the fight everybody wanted to see, but it was a freaking war, man. It was a war, and that's the shit we want to see. In the end, Adam Kovnarski takes the win via unanimous decision. One card was 118, 110, and two cards were 117, 111. I personally scored the fight 116, 112. I think I gave Arreola the third and fourth round, or fourth and fifth round. No, I think it was just the fourth round, and then I gave him the final 3 rounds. But they were fairly close in some of them, but most of the fight, Arreola just wasn't throwing quite enough punches. He was landing punches, but so was Kovnarski, and it seemed to be more often for him. So, me and my shitty multitasking, not sending out links because I'm chatting. So, regulars, I've just dropped a link in Hangouts, and I've been mucking around with this Discord as well, as another form of possibly getting people together. So everybody who's friended me on Discord, I've also sent a link out on there as well. And yeah, hit that hangout link and you should be able to get in. But if you can't, you can always send me a message on Hangouts, and I can get you on through there or through Discord. But I will drop a link in the chat as well. Give me a sec here. Freaking windows open all over the place. There we go. Hangout link in the chat as well. So, anybody who would like to jump on and come have a chat about some boxing, it's all good. We have someone in the chat that's not showing up. Who we got here? Is that Mala?
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, mate, how are you?
Good, man.
Not too bad, that's the one. Did you catch the heavyweight dust-up over the weekend?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? And what'd you reckon?
Oh, it's a great fight to watch, but I have to be honest, I was looking at Kaunaki, man, and I thought, geez, he goes up against a lot of these top 10 guys. I don't think he's going to win. Very easy to hit.
Well, it's kind of always been the case, though, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he was the same against Charles Martin.
Yeah.
But he's a tough guy. There's no doubt about that. He's got a lot of attitude. He's a tough dude, and he'll go rounds. I was just watching him, and I thought, geez, I would love to see him fight Parker, actually.
Well, he'd get rounds pretty much out of anybody. You know, I think the only one who might clean him up real quick would be Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's tough. He does rely on his chin too much, I think. But I think he's like probably gonna be the next generation gatekeeper. You know, if you can't get past Kaunaki, then you don't deserve a shot.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him in some other big fights. he's looking forward to possibly getting a title shot next year. I think he should go for whoever's got the other 3 belts to start with, but him being an Al Heyman fighter, I guess it's most likely that he's going to end up fighting Wilder at some stage, and I think Al Heyman will probably save him for that as well, kind of deprive him of opportunities at other belts, just to use him as a unbeaten fighter that Wilder can beat.
Yeah, and then give him a decent payday and getting beaten.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you catch any other fights over the weekend?
No, I just watched the other 3. I just watched the fights on that fight card.
Yeah, there was a few upsets there, wasn't there? I didn't.
Some. Oh, that tall guy, he got the cut. They had to stop it in the 8th round. That was a good fight.
Marcus Brown.
Yeah. God, he was eating those right hands, man.
He was. Many people seem to underestimate Pascal because he's taken a few losses, but the losses he's taken have been to high-level competition, and he's even given a good account of himself in those fights. I think he's probably past his best. He's starting to lose his legs a bit, Pascal, but he's still got enough to cause trouble for a lot of guys at the top end of the division. Marcus Brown, a lot of people were really high on him, so he'll come again, but he's got to work on defending against that same shot. 2 of the knockdowns with the same shot. Oh no, I'm thinking of Curtis Stevens' fight. Sorry, that was a different fight. But Marcus Brown, he can come again. He's got a few things to work on, but
yeah, he was eating those right hands though, eh?
He was, man.
He was getting them flush, man.
He needs to work on some defense, and I guess you need good sparring against good opposition to work on defense. Otherwise, the lower level opposition don't seem to be able to provide that incentive by getting punched in the face with great shots.
No, there's no challenge there for you.
Yeah.
It was like that guy. I better change the subject. F.A. Jagba. Some people were down on that fight he had, but because he went the distance and that, and he took some shots and that. But for a young fighter to experience that, I think that's going to make him better.
Yeah. Because
you're getting that resistance, and you're learning. You say, okay, I can't knock everyone out. Okay, I've got to move my head more. Guys are going to be punching me back. So I think Ajagba will be better off for that fight that he went the rounds.
Most definitely.
You learn a lot more from that than you do just blasting everyone out in one round.
Yeah, and even Demirazin, he could actually do not too bad in the division as well, because he can actually fight. We finally figured out. So
yeah,
there's a lot of pluses from that fight. But very, very good fight to watch, that one as well.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think of Tyson Fury's next opponent, man?
Oh man, did you see the video I made?
Yeah. Oh my God, he is just. I mean, we criticised Deontay Wilder for his quality of opponents a few years back, and I mean, Fury's humiliating himself.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder, he signed this big money deal with ESPN. I just feel like he's just looking for easy fights to cash up and then finish his career with a Wilder fight.
It seems a bit like that, doesn't it? Or at least finish the contract that he's on with the Wilder fight. But a lot of people are blaming Bob Arum for trying to use these fights as US profile building. But if you're going to build a US profile, you need US opponents.
And you need decent opponents, so that people will take you seriously,
I mean, Otto Wallen isn't really that bad as a boxer, but he's not even a fully fledged contender. And
it'd be great if, like, I mentioned that yesterday. I was on someone's podcast. Like, put him in against Carlos Takam or something.
Yeah.
Go find yourself a good, solid, top 15 guy or something.
For sure. Or one of these up and coming prospects who are looking really good. Not somebody who hasn't fought anybody. They've got a ranking because they've picked up he had the EBU union title, I think. Otto Wallen. He's only in the
Yeah.
rankings because of that. Otherwise, he'd be somewhere around number 30. And that's not the kind of opponent
No.
somebody who's inside the top 5 should be fighting.
Yeah, man. He's just hurting his credibility. And he's handing himself to Deontay Wilder's fans, man.
Oh,
They're tearing Fury up, and they can't, and they have every right to.
Yeah.
You know.
Kia ora, Jono.
Oh, what's happening, man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not complaining about it. Good to have you in. Did you catch the fights over the weekend, Sam?
Yeah, I got the Chris Arreola fight and Babyface.
Yep.
That was a fucking fight, eh?
That was a fight, alright, man. I mean, they set a new record for punches thrown and punches landed for the heavyweight division for CompuBox, so...
I was throwing the whole time, eh?
I actually wasn't that interested in the fight just due to the matchup prior to it, but I went and had a look at some odds, and I saw Chris Arreola Adam Kownacki paying $6.50 for a decision win, and I thought, oh shit, that's
Is that
worth
right?
a bet. So I chucked $10 on that,
Yeah.
and then I looked at the odds for Chris Arreola, and he was paying 42 to 1 for a decision win. I thought, oh, I'll just chuck $5 on that, because if it comes out, you get like $250. So
yeah. No, I don't blame you, eh?
yeah, well, having just a couple of bets on like that made it a hell of a lot more exciting for me.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't bet myself, but like I would like to start doing that.
Yeah, man. Those fights that are competitive, if you just go and check out the odds, even if you're not that interested in the fight, it just makes it that much more interesting when you got something on it, you know.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah. So for the weekend, I came out with what a $15-20 profit, but you know, it was fun, man. It was fun.
I mean, and you get to watch some boxing too, so.
For sure. What do you think of Tyson Fury's opponent announcement? Have you heard about it, Sam?
Otto Wallen, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
To be honest, I don't actually know too much about this guy, but I mean, he looks tall, he looks rangy. But I mean, yeah, I'm not too hyped about it, to be honest. I think Fury's gonna outclass him, outbox him, do what he does, maybe even stop him late. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. I'm guessing we're going to get a very similar result to what we got with Tom Schwartz, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But after the talk that was going around, they were talking about Jarrell Miller first, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty juicy fight. And then they were talking about Charles Martin. I was like, oh, that's not quite as good as Miller, but that seems okay as well. And then they chucked in Trevor Bryan as well. I was like, that's not too bad considering he's the WBA interim champion. And then they come out with Otto Wallen, and then they also said Junior Farr was in the running, and they also said Johan Duipa was in the running. So I'm like, why were they even talking about those first three? And
who fucking knows, eh?
yeah. Yeah, what did you think of them talking about all those other opponents there, Marla? Were you more excited about them?
I would have been, a bit of. I mean, I can't stand Jarrell Miller, but I would have been excited to see him fight Fury. You know, yeah, I would have been more excited with that one.
Yeah.
But what's happening with Jarrell? Did he get any kind of ban?
Yeah, his suspension finishes sometime in September, and that was only from the WBA, I believe.
And what did he get? 6 months or something?
6 months, and
that is pathetic, man.
Even the WBA wanted to give him more of a suspension, but because he wasn't holding a boxing license at the time, you can't take a boxing license off a man who doesn't have a boxing license.
Oh my! I tell you what, yeah, I mean the drug. I don't know why they even bother drug testing in boxing. I don't know why they bother, man, because the penalties are so pathetic. It's what's the point?
Yeah,
I mean, they called him Big Pharmacy Miller. I mean, he had 3 drugs in the system, blatantly cheating coming into a world title fight. In any other sport, mate, you'd be getting a 4 or 5 year ban.
And you wouldn't just be banned; your reputation would be fucked too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's
Totally.
just, I can't, like the Aussie swimmer, that girl, they caught her with a drug and they're talking to 4 years.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
smashed her. They didn't muck around either. That was like
no, man.
the day after she got caught.
Yeah.
You're banned.
Yeah, that's it. You know, they're just not mucking around with it. Boxing, I don't know what's going on with Dillian White. It's murky. I'm trying to talk to people about it to get some information, and some people are saying that UCAD was testing him before VADA, and then some people are saying no, they were both testing at the same time, and it's hard to know what's actually going on with that.
Yeah.
It's very murky.
There's a lot of people making assumptions and trying to spread facts around that aren't fact, because we simply don't have that information yet.
Yeah.
You know. From what I've heard, VADA did do their own testing schedule, and it was separate to UCAD. We don't have the schedule yet, but I've heard some people say that VADA did a test on the same day that UCAD did on the 17th of June.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that in writing anywhere, so
no, because that's what I was wondering, because I was watching it was Counterpunch boxing, and he had a podcast, and he said, he did a video, and he said that the UCAD testing was he said that the VADA testing was like July 17th or something, and he passed that one, and then had another test later on which he also passed, must have been the B sample, but he said the UCAD testing was like mid-June, a month earlier. And then that got me thinking. I was thinking, well, geez, did they catch Dillian at the end of a cycle?
Possibly.
And, and he's tested positive for these trace elements of this drug. Then a month later, VADA have started testing him, and he's tested clean because it's flushed his system. But you don't know, because we can't get any confirmation on what dates the testing was done. Everyone's throwing around dates with no sort of concrete, no evidence.
Do you mind if I say something on that?
Go for it, man.
Did you guys watch that interview of Mark Tibbs? I think it was with IFL TV, but basically it was a 6-minute interview, and Tibbs lied about 3 times in 6 minutes. So that pretty much told me all I needed to know, really. Because one, he said he went to Spain, and then he found out a day he got in Spain, and then he said, I found out the second day I got to Spain, and then he said, I found out a week later after I got back from Spain. And he's all like, I don't know nothing, mate. I don't know. He ain't no cheat.
He's really shot himself in the foot on that one. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to go check it out, man.
It's quite good.
The funny thing, I kept coming back, like a lot of the Dillian White fans. Like, I don't have an axe to grind with Dillian. I enjoy watching him fight. But the reality is, a lot of people are saying he passed the VADA tests, so that means he's in the clear. And it's like, yeah, but he still failed the UCAD test for steroids. How did he test positive for steroids?
It's all fishy to me, eh?
Yeah, it's just, how did he test positive? Are people going to say the lab was contaminated? Some people are saying it was a setup from Deontay Wilder's camp. They've tried to set Dillian up because they don't want to fight him, which I think is just crap.
Yeah.
But it's murky, man. It's really murky.
Yeah, well, hopefully this WBC investigation is going to clarify a lot of things for fans. The privacy laws that UCAD and the British Board of Boxing Control have around drug testing is way over the top for me. I've said it before, and I'll repeat it again. I think if a boxer's A sample tests positive for something, they're not allowed to fight until the issue's resolved.
I agree.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it is in the States. So it should be the same everywhere for the same sport. But
it's like you're not declaring the person guilty. You're just saying we've got a discrepancy here, and until we sort out the discrepancy, you're on ice.
Yeah. Well, if somebody's possibly getting into the ring with the performance enhancing substance in their system, they're putting their opponent's life at risk. Now, having somebody under suspicion until the issue is resolved is one thing. That's, for me, safety rather than tarnishing someone's credibility or reputation, whatever you want to call it. But you know, when you say you're not allowed to fight until it's sorted, that doesn't mean you're suspended or you're guilty. You know, it just means there's something there. We've got to sort it out. So hi-ho, you can't fight until we sort it out.
It just shows that it's a professional sport that way.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it just looks like a whole bunch of, I don't even know what to call it. It's just embarrassing.
It is, man. That's what I mean. I've reached a point. I'm looking at the penalties that are handed out, and it's why bother testing? Why bother testing? We've got the situation in boxing where they say, well, we're going to drug test you, but if we catch you, all you have to say is you're shocked, you don't know how it got in your body, it was in the meat, you know, and oh, that's okay, mate. We'll take your word for it. You can keep fighting. What's the point? Yeah. What's the point in testing?
Yeah. Well, if somebody's not guilty by intent, you know, if someone didn't intend to get it in their system, that's fine, but they still shouldn't be allowed to fight while they've got that thing in their system.
But the problem, there's a dodgy thing with that though. Like when you, if we create an out for people as a professional athlete, there also has to be an onus on the athlete. You've got to say to them, look, man, if you want to take supplements, you have to send these supplements away to make sure they're clean. And because if we allow fighters to be able to say, to test positive for steroids and say, oh, it was in the supplement and I didn't know, every cheat will start saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There comes a point where the athlete just has to own it. If you want to use supplements, man, it's on you to make sure they're clean supplements.
Yeah, or not necessarily have to send them away to get them tested, but at the same time, you want to take supplements from a reputable company. You don't want to take supplements that have just come out and they possibly don't have something on the label. You know, a boxer can sue a company if there's something in a supplement that isn't on the label, but that doesn't solve the problem of the boxer's career being ruined.
You should have people around you that know what you can and can't take, and you should have them advising you on what you're taking, because I mean, otherwise you're just going to get yourself into that situation.
Damn right. That's what a nutritionist and you know,
as a professional athlete, you should have a nutritionist. You should have someone that's doing that for you.
Because if you look at any other sport, if like that swimmer, she said, "Oh, I've never knowingly taken a performance enhancing drug," and they're like, "Yeah, we don't care, mate. You tested positive for it. You own it."
And that's fucking swimming. This is
and it's swimming, and it's like any other sport. If any other sport, man, if an athlete said, "Oh, I don't know how that got in there. Oh, gee, I took a bad supplement," they'd say, "Oh, well, that's on you, mate." Boxing is so lax, and it's just so lax. We can't let the fighters have these excuses.
Is it lax or is it corrupt? Because there's so much money involved.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think they may be scared that if they actually, honestly, start, you know, testing everybody, how many will test positive?
Yeah.
How you doing, Jono?
Hey, how you going, Johnny?
Yeah, how you doing, buddy? I got a real quick question for you. How in the fuck are you still using Hangouts?
It's not a hangout on air. It's a normal hangout, and I'm just capturing it with my streaming software.
Oh, that's way over my head. Fuck, I
don't. Yeah, no, they've just discontinued the hangouts on air. So you notice when you came in, you didn't have to tick that box to disclaim anything because it's like a hangout. That's
so it's just a phone call, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I was just curious because I just deleted the fucking hangouts because everybody's chatting it up on Discord and that now, and I got rid of Hangouts, and I seen you were live, and it was through Hangouts, so I re-downloaded the Hangouts, and got fucking Hangouts now.
All good, man. I don't know how long normal Hangouts is going to last, if it's going to hang around or not, but use it for now. Yeah. So, we'll see.
For sure.
I saw your post-fight video on the Kalnaki versus Areola fight. You enjoyed that one, didn't you, man?
Oh, hell yeah. The two big boys gave us a good show last night, fellas. It was a That was a very good scrap. I thought. Areola came on strong a little bit there at the last 2-3 rounds. So it was a good fight. Good. I enjoyed it. It was balls to the wall. Rock 'em, sock 'em.
Yeah,
It
Rock'em
wasn't no
Sock'em Robots.
Marcus Brown hug. I've watched Marcus Brown getting dropped about 47 times since it aired last night, but you know.
Enjoyed that too, huh?
I enjoyed the whole fucking card. To tell you the truth. And the thing that pissed me off about the Brown Pascal fight, and I was glad to see the old man Pascal get the job done to begin with, but the fucking ref over here looking like Sammy the Bull. He's the ref in the Marcus Brown fight. This dude held constantly, and never even got fucking warned for it. I was like, are you kidding me? So I was glad Pascal knocked him the fuck down a few times.
Awesome. All right, so having a bit of a chat about what's going on with Dillian White and his situation. You got much to say about that at present, or are you still waiting for more facts to come out?
I think he jumped off.
I did. Okay. All right.
No, he's still there.
I'm still there. Oh, we've also got Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News in this. How are you, brother?
I'm grand, Jono. How's it going? What's up, Marla? What up, Sam? Johnny boy?
How's it going?
Did you ask me something a minute ago?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He asked you what's your thoughts on the Dillian White situation at the moment, Johnny.
It's just like, I didn't know if you were talking to me, John. My bad.
Sorry,
but it's honestly, bro, I'm just so sick of this whole fucking division. Like, there's guys in there I like, and there's guys in there that's, it's just a lot of barking and no biting going on right now. That's all. It's just another layer to add to the bullshit of the division at the moment. I mean, like I say, you just got a lot of fucking talking and no action going on right now, as far as I'm concerned. In a nutshell, that'd be my thoughts. Just another topping to the fuckery of the division,
Yeah, man.
Fair enough. And fair assessment too, I think. Unrivaled, you got much to add on the Dillian White situation, or are you still waiting for more facts?
Look, you've been with me for the entire time this White situation's been going on. I've been accused of burying White, and I don't know where that's come from. No idea where it's come from. But
wow.
Yeah, I've been accused of it by a few people. They're like, oh, you're out to get White. Oh, you're putting up videos on him that aren't supporting him. Okay, I'm not going against him either. Look, the thing with Dillian is fantastic news. He tested clear for his VADA tests. We already knew that about a week before the VADA even said that, because Eddie Hearn already said that he'd been cleared by VADA, right?
Yep. It was just the
So
post-fight.
it wasn't really news. People are jumping the gun and saying, he's clean. Yeah, with VADA. UCAD's what's important here. They're the ones who caught him. That's like me going into my job, right? Me going into Jono's job and pissing clean. And then me going into my job and pissing dirty.
Yeah.
So, look, I'll wait for the B sample. But, like, you're innocent till 100% proven guilty, right?
Yeah. Are you of the? Do you think the fight should have gone ahead with the dirty sample? No.
No.
Okay.
I've thought about it. It's kind of a question of morality, really, isn't it? It comes down to the idea of I'm sitting here and I've got this idea. If he's clean, but he's got some type of contamination in the testing or shit, it's not fair to him. But if he isn't clean, it's not fair to his opposition. And most importantly, it's endangering a man's life. So just at the risk, postpone the fight until everything is cleared up. Put it back 2 months. Yeah. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. I think it's selfish.
I've had a couple of people try and tell me, he's taken something unintentionally, therefore he's innocent. And I'm like, well, if he has no intent, then that is an issue for a possible suspension down the track if he gets proven to have something in his system. But leading into the fight, if he does have something in the system, he's still got an unfair advantage, whether he intended to or not. I think the fight should have been postponed as well. So that's my thoughts on it. But
I completely agree with you, mate.
yeah,
I really hope that White's clean because I just want to see him fight again, eh? Like
Easy.
he put so much work in, he had so many hard fights, and then he's come to the last step and he's maybe popped for PD, so it's a shame.
it is. And truth be told, he's an exciting fighter to watch. He puts it all on the line, and if he's gonna go down, he goes down on the shield. If he's gonna win, it's gonna be entertaining. So
That's the thing with Dillian White. If every other heavyweight had his attitude, and I'm just going to fight anybody, I don't care, you imagine what the division would be like.
A much better division.
Oh, it'd be brilliant, man.
it'd be much less of what Johnny was talking about. Lots of talking and not a lot of action.
Yeah.
But all right. So, unrivaled. What do you reckon of Otto Wallen versus Tyson Fury?
Called it months ago. On this stream. Called it months ago. You even said, not a bad show. Called it months ago.
Yep.
Right after the Tom Schwartz fight. I knew it. Fucking knew it all along. Had that funny feeling. Everyone talking about Miller. I'm like, he's not fighting Miller. He's going to fight Wallen because he's going to fight the same type of opponent. Easy enough to beat. Tall. Can look okay on the camera, I suppose, to the American people. They don't know who the fuck he is. They don't know who Kubrat Pulev is. It doesn't really matter. Like, he's just going to go in. He's going to do a job. What do I think of it? It's the same thing as Tom Schwartz, isn't it?
Yeah, Tom Schwartz 2.0, I think. Maybe Wallen's is slightly a little bit better, maybe.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. What? Because Otto Wallen beat Granat? Granat was shit anyway.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I guess I was gonna say
I wanted to
Tom
see that
Schwartz
fight,
wasn't
you know?
quite as proven as much as Otto Wallen, but yeah.
But I wanted to see Otto Wallen versus Tom Schwartz. That would have been a damn good fight.
Definitely.
Who's he beat? Who's Otto Wallen beat?
Adrian Granat's his best win.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He had a fight against Nick Kisner after that, and that got stopped on cuts. It was shit. So he was also supposed to fight BJ Flores a couple of weeks ago.
Wasn't Kisner ruled to a no contest, John?
I think it was, yeah. That's the only no contest on Wallen's record.
Yeah. That Fury matchup displeases me greatly.
Yeah.
Displeases.
Yeah. It's like a fart in the wind. You don't even get to sniff it.
But do you know what the sad thing is? Otto Wallen and Tom Schwartz might be top 10 wins on his entire resume.
Jesus. Jeez.
It is
Easily.
what it is, though. Like, we're gonna see the big fight soon, so.
Are we?
Are
though?
we? I've been saying that. Bro, I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you know when the last time two champions in the heavyweight division fought for the to unify the division?
I'm guessing it was Fury Klitschko.
No, that wasn't to unify the division. Like, to unify the actual entire division. The last time that happened, that heavyweight, was 1999.
Who was
You're
that?
talking about the big fights happening soon, bro? It's been 20 years.
I
Nope.
mean, I'm just being up. I'm just hoping.
Yeah, optimistic. It's...
So I was 8, and I'm 27 now.
Who was it? Lennox Lewis and somebody.
Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield,
Yeah.
1999, November.
It's the last time we had an undisputed champion.
No, that's not the last time we had an undisputed champion. It's the last time two men unified to create an undisputed champion.
Okay. Yeah.
2002 was the end of the undisputed era.
Yeah. Well, and if it ever happened, which it quite possibly could if Ruiz beats Joshua and Wilder beats Ortiz, we could see the first unified undisputed heavyweight champion maybe next year.
That's if they don't make Wilder the franchise champion.
That's a
If they do that, we won't get it. And if they do that, I'm going to be going for Solomon's head, man. I'll bomb the WBC.
I can't.
I'll IRA that stuff.
How could they? Wilder's only had one pay-per-view fight, hasn't he?
Yes, Fury, yeah.
Yeah.
Because out of all WBC champions currently active, he's had the most consecutive defenses.
Against bums.
Or mostly
No,
bums.
no, listen to me. Listen to me. Are you telling me that the WBC won't do that if they feel they can get extra sanctioning fees?
WBC will do anything for money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why they get the fucking Juarez cartel giving them money anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
In the fucking Losetas and all that other shit. The fucking five families of Mexico.
I see they called. They disregarded the WBO on the Fox broadcast again too over the weekend.
You know what Jono, you know what I liked about that when they was not last night, but last Saturday, the previous Saturday, when Hooker and Ramirez were fighting, and Crawford and the fucking interviewer over there on the zone was asking Crawford, "What do you think about going across the street and fighting Spence or this guy?" And Crawford's like, "What fucking street are you talking about? What street are you talking about, dude? This is boxing. I'm supposed to be fighting these fucking Mamalukes to begin with.
Yeah.
Fucking street are you talking about? What is it, Sesame Street?"
Fucking funny. Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever see that fight, Spence and Crawford, the way things are.
That would be a damn shame if we didn't. You know what? I said, you know what? Since these dudes can't pull their balls out of their wife's purse and make a fucking fight, they ought to just make Fury Wilder 2, Spence Crawford, and Lomachenko Tank Davis all on one fucking card and charge everybody $150. I'll buy the motherfucker. End of story. Everybody got done.
So would I.
Yeah, I'd buy
Johnny
it.
is just
Yeah.
sitting here wishing that like Don King was still like at the top of boxing.
Hey, I didn't stop anybody out at the craps games like that piece of shit, but he was a good fucking. He did put on some good fights.
Look, he's put on the best cards ever, really, hasn't he?
You made them happen.
Him and the old man, Dutch Schultz, Aram.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, one other fight I wanted to talk about. Huey Fury versus Alexander Povetkin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to bring that up actually.
Alright, you can go first then, Sam. What do you reckon, mate? How's it gonna go?
I think that Fury's gonna dance around the ring like a fucking wounded gazelle until Povetkin bites him by the neck and chews his head off.
Love it. Love it. I hope he can catch up with him.
I think he will.
Yeah. You think he's
Yeah.
gonna knock him out?
I think he's gonna obliterate him.
Okay. What do you reckon, Marla?
Yeah, I'm no doubt Fury's going to run, and he hasn't got. I don't think he's got the power to keep Povetkin off him. I'm just wondering Povetkin's age, if he's going to have the speed and the legs to catch up with him, cut the ring off. If he gets inside, he'll destroy Povetkin. He'll destroy Fury. But I am going to go for Povetkin by a stoppage.
Fair enough. Gonna guard that one, Johnny?
Yeah, the two boys already pretty much said the same things I was having. Like you said, you just don't know if his age is going to catch up with him. But I hope they make it in a very, very small ring from the 1940s so I can see Hugo's fucking head flying off.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Unraveled. What do you reckon?
I've got Hugo Boss getting bossed. That's what I've got, man. He's gonna get bossed in that night. Look, he's gonna be negative. He's gonna come out, like I've said before, Povetkin's gonna come at him like a freight train, and he's pretty much gonna be jumping back like something out of Saturday Night Fever. You know what I mean? Trying to stay aloof and everything. He's just gonna be leaping backwards. He's gonna be like Danny Zuko from Grease down the slide and everything. Like, he's going to pull every move under the sun to stay away from Povetkin. Povetkin will tire. But the problem is, if Fury thinks that he can start exchanging as Povetkin starts tiring, he's going to get KO'd. So I've got him getting through the first few rounds just on pure negativity, only being caught a couple of times. But Povetkin eventually getting to him through the body and then uppercutting the living daylights out of him and hooking him out of the ring. I actually think My exact prediction is Povetkin's gonna KO him with Fury getting his head caught between the ropes.
Nice.
Like I don't think it's gonna be like knocked out of the ring or unconscious, but it's gonna be one of those where he's off balance. He goes down the ropes and his head's there, and as he's trying to get up, he keeps spinning and falling back down.
And then after the fight, John Fury's gonna be like, "Oh, he slipped, but he's the best in the world."
Why would John Fury do that?
Oh,
John
McKinney
Fury's
probably.
delusional.
Yeah, McKinney will be. That
But
will
I
save
will
Lana
say
again.
one thing: we can all agree, Huey Fury, his style isn't fun, is it?
No,
We can agree on that, right?
it stinks.
But he's taking on better competition than his older cousin, who's the lineal champion.
That's a good point. That's a good
He's
point.
fought Pulev already. He's fought Parker, and now he's fighting against my boy Povetkin. Yeah, he's fought the three Ps.
True that. Yo,
He's
who?
fighting the three Ps: Povetkin, Parker, and Pulev. Right, 3 top 10 heavyweights. Huey Fury, a draw with Wilder, beat Klitschko, hasn't fought anybody else ranked in the top 10 in his entire career. Huey in the last 18 months is doing that shit.
Was Derek rated up there when Tyson
No.
fought him the first
No.
time?
He wasn't ranked top 10. He was. I'm talking top 10 by Ring Magazine.
Okay, fair enough. You mean legit
Top 10
top
by
10?
Ring Magazine.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in saying, oh, he was top 10 in the WBC. Oh, come on, give me a break. Tyrone Spong is like ranked number 4 in the WBO or some shit.
Yeah.
Like when you go off the wait, where is Spong? Where is he ranked? He's ranked highly somewhere, isn't he?
Oh, was he WPA or something like that? It's only
Yeah,
one
he's
body.
6 with the WBO.
Okay, there you go.
Fucking hell. And Otto Wallen is fucking 4 with the WBA. How on earth that happened? Fuck me.
I'm gonna
Fucking
head
hell.
off, guys.
All right, Sam. Thanks for coming in,
Thanks,
mate.
Yeah, cheers for the stream, Jono.
No worries, bud. Hope to
Alright,
come see you
next
again.
time.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
Peace, man.
Yeah, Povetkin versus Huey. I'm going to kind of go a little bit against the grain. I think Povetkin's going to win it on points. I think it's going to be like the Parker fight. He's going to run all night. The red judges are going to see the aggression and a few punches landed from Povetkin. Look at Huey running all night and say, no, you lose 118, 110. I just don't think Povetkin's going to be able to catch up with him. If he gets inside, Huey's going to wrap him up. But I don't know. I hope he does spark him out, to be honest, because I'm sick of that fucking stinking running style. It's dumb.
I gotta ask you something, Jono.
Yo,
You think he's gonna tie him up, right? He couldn't tie up Pulev and he couldn't tie up Parker. What makes you think he's gonna tie up a guy who the only person who's ever successfully tied him up is the best at tying people up over the last 40 years in the heavyweight division?
it's going to be fear that's going to drive it. Once he eats a good shot and he gets
He
dazed.
couldn't tie up Sam Peters.
Sam Peters a much bigger boy than Povetkin, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but he's slower and I don't think he's as strong as Povetkin.
Oh, you're probably right.
He's just fat.
He is fat. No, I'm still going to stick with that decision win, but it'll be an interesting fight to watch. I would like to see Huey get knocked the fuck out, but
Sam the Nigerian Marshmallow Peters.
yeah.
I love Sam Peters though. Who next?
Do you guys reckon his dislocated shoulder was legit,
Yes.
or was he trying to get out of the fight?
Why would he be? He was actually on the front foot at that point. He was starting to take over.
You thought he was starting to take over? I thought he was just getting shut
He
down.
was landing heavily on Huey, and he had him up against the ropes at that point, and then Huey turned him, and then the referee did that. Sam was actually landing on him cleanly. He landed 7 or 8 blows that were starting to whore Huey. Huey was starting to gas.
Okay, I'll have to go back and watch it. I only watched it once live and then that was it, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Yeah, maybe worth another look. It could change my prediction for Povetkin. Where you go, Muller?
read an article the other day. They're still talking Parker Chisora for I think October.
Yeah. On
Yeah.
the what undercard was that on? Was that on the Lomachenko card? No.
Not too sure.
Huey and Povetkin is, yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's where that one is. Yeah.
Huey Povetkin on that. There hasn't been any talk. I've been hearing that Parker Chisora is going to be its own main event.
At the O2, it's from what I heard, eh? Yeah.
The O2 in London. I've heard that they're going to have a stacked card underneath it, though.
They'd have to, I think.
Like, I'm here. I've heard like a rumor like of a decent heavyweight fight that I'm interested in, but I don't know how many people are interested in it. But I'm hearing a little rumor that it's gonna have Usyk versus somebody on it.
Take him. They've been saving him, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it might have Usyk versus Takam on it, or they've also mentioned the possibility of maybe. I just heard this like randomly, but David Price against Usyk.
Oh,
Jeez.
I don't know about that one.
I can't wait to see Usyk back in there.
Yeah, man. I really want to see him fight Povetkin, but that's not going to happen.
That's probably just rumors, isn't it? Like, that's definitely not real. David Price versus Usyk.
I can see Usyk versus Takam ending up on the Joshua Ruiz rematch card, because the winner of that is going to be mandatory for the winner of the main event. So,
does Ruiz still have all the titles besides Wilder's, the WBC?
Yeah.
Yep.
He still does at the moment. Yeah.
At the moment, okay, yeah.
Including the IBO, the non-real belt.
As real as the rest of them, man.
Well, not recognised anyway.
Yeah, by the rest of them, but look at the other ones. Do we like any of them? No. Even though there's no real good IBO champions out there, I have more respect for the IBO, because at least their rankings make sense. It's based off of a computerized system that we can understand, where the rest of them don't have any fucking...
It's all opinion. Okay.
Pretty much. And it's not even good opinion, it's just based off money, innit?
Okay. I didn't know that they used the computer system to do their rankings. I have to look that shit up.
WBC doesn't stand for We Be Crooks like James Stoney says. It stands for We Be Cocksuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They've gotten up to some shady shit in the last few years as the WBC. My favourite governing body, even though there isn't really anything to like about governing bodies at times, is the IBF by far. At least they stick to their rules and stick to what they say. So
mine's the WBO.
Why's that? Because it's not PBC.
Yeah, well that, and
because his daddy owns it, Bob Arum.
No. Because it's just they don't have 73. I'll say this: it's IBF and WBO. They should just shit can WBA and WBC. They look, bro. They don't have 35 silver and fucking interim and all that other bullshit like them other two Mama Lukes do.
Fair enough.
WBO and IBF.
Yep. Cool. Have you got a favourite Unrivaled?
What, favourite fucking governing body?
Not the WIBO though, because they're not recognised.
So what, you're asking me to choose? Right, so I have to choose. I've either to die via... I've got to pick one of these four things. Guillotine,
no, I asked,
hanging,
do you
municipal
have a
rape, or fucking poison?
Do you have a favourite was the question. You can say no.
yeah, I have a favourite. I'll take poison all day. I'll go with the IBF.
Sweet. What about you, Mala?
No, I don't have a favourite.
They're all shit.
They all suck.
Mala's under the no favourites, bro.
Alright. Alright, the Curtis Stevens fight was quite... Got a donation.
Oh wait, we're live?
Yeah. We are live.
then how the fuck? Well, that's what I was asking before. Well, how the fuck are we using Hangouts still?
Yeah, I'm capturing a normal hangout that isn't a live hangout, and using my streaming software to capture that window.
Right, I know
Oh.
how to speak Johnny. I know
Okay.
how to speak Johnny. Right, let me break it down. Johnny. So what he's done is created a call in Hangouts, right? Just Hangouts, and
Yeah.
he's using OBS like I did with Discord yesterday. He's using OBS to capture the sound on his screen and capture what is on his screen. That's all he's doing.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All goods. I will be releasing a tutorial video on how to do this for the YouTubers who like to do live panels, so others can do the same, and we can keep this shit going.
I'm gonna quote the great man George Carlin on this one. I'll say I'm as smart as the average person. Now half the population is stupider than that. So just think about that.
Okie dokie. One thing you can always count on though is you can learn anything on YouTube.
That's
Anything.
true, man. Hold on. Let me look up. Is there right? What's the most random thing I can think of?
Type in
How
how to
to
get away
make-
with murder or some shit like that.
No. How to make a bomb out of sellotape.
Oh dear.
How to make a smoke bomb using matches and sellotape. Are you taking the piss?
I know how to do that, and I didn't learn it on YouTube.
Yeah, you learned it when you were a teenager and picking up everybody's life.
Blowing up mailboxes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say I blew up somebody's brand new Mustang.
Not with
Are you
matches and
ashamed to say
sellotape.
it?
No, it was intentional. They deserved it.
Wasn't matches and sellotape, was it?
No.
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 Yeah.
Just 9 bottles of Henny and a match.
Chlorine and oil works too.
A lot cheaper.
Yeah. Lighter fluid and a rope.
Are we gonna get on to this Curtis Stevens stuff?
Yeah, we should. And let us know what you thought of the fight there, Unrivaled.
He got beat the fuck up.
What's the opponent's name? I don't want to butcher it.
Wale Amatoso.
Amatoso. Okay.
I kept
I
calling
just
him.
call him Wale.
I just called him Odo,
Okay.
Toto.
Gonna take a lot to drive me away from him.
Well, he seemed pretty adept. I hadn't seen that guy box before. But
Well, I'll give you an idea. He's lost to Jamal James. He's lost to Chordell Booker. He's lost to Jesse Vargas, and he also lost to I think that's it, isn't it? Jamal James, Jesse Vargas. Oh, he lost to Sammy Vasquez as well,
okay.
and Chordell Booker.
There's a couple of decent level losses in there, but there's a couple that he possibly shouldn't have lost in there. Just going.
Well, Sammy Vasquez to me is the dude who in 2017 got absolutely fucking one punched by Louis Collazo.
Yeah.
So, and he managed to beat the shit out of him. So, like, I don't know, man.
Is it just proven that the quality of Curtis Stevens is lower than we thought maybe?
No, I would just think it might have something to do with him being shot.
Okay. Yeah, what's that? His 7th loss or something like that, isn't it? Curtis Stevens.
I think so, yeah.
I mean,
But knocked out 4 times, like.
Yeah, he's fucking got butchered by fucking Golovkin like 6 or 7 years ago, and then he got butchered by Lemieux a couple of years back there too.
Well, even earlier in his career, he got butchered by Marcus Primera. And he's like a fucking journeyman. Like, Marcus Primera is one of those guys who's like 20 and 38 now. And Primera knocked out Corey Stevens. So, like, Corey Stevens was never that good to begin with, like, in my opinion. Like, his best win on his entire resume, is hard to pick. I'd say it's Torino Johnson.
Okay. No, he is getting on, I suppose. So maybe it's time for
He's
him to
only
hang up.
44, man.
I thought he was 36.
34.
Okay.
Hey, John, do you think Luke Campbell's going to give Lomachenko a tough fight?
I think he's going to give him the toughest fight that he's had so far.
Okay.
But I don't
You
think
don't
he's.
know boxing.
Of course I don't.
I'm saying that to every motherfucker who says that Campbell will be competitive for one, maybe 1.5 rounds, and then he's getting up jabbed into oblivion. It won't be. When anyone says it's going to be the toughest fight Lomachenko's had so far, yo, motherfuckers, he lost.
I was going to get to that, but you cut me off.
You think he's going to give him a tougher fight than Linares?
Maybe not. It's probably
Or
gonna.
Russell Jr.
It's probably gonna seem tougher for the first while, but there'll be a turning point, and I think it's gonna be a case of no muss once again. But that's probably gonna be round 6, 7, 8, somewhere there.
I actually like Luke Campbell. And he's got one of the most badass fucking nicknames of all time. But
Cool Hand Luke.
yeah, it's fucking one of the best movies ever been made. But anyway, I like the kid. He's a nice kid, but I also like to see Lomachenko just go in there and do a fucking number on him too. Nothing against Luke Campbell because I like the guy. He seems like a nice kid, but
Just don't play around with them. Just get it done. Move on. You reckon?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's getting wrecked.
I just don't know how Lomachenko's gonna get a really hard fight at 135. Yeah. And
Easy. We're
if
moving up to 140.
yeah, if he moves up to 140, is that going to be a step too far? Because he hasn't really got the frame, is he?
He's
He'll
tiny
move
at
up.
135. He don't need to move up.
He'll move up.
Let him get undisputed first.
No,
Alright.
I'm saying after that he's gonna move up.
Okay. I'd like to see him fight Pacquiao at 140 or Mikey at 140. It'd be alright. But
Pacquiao's got to take care of Spence first.
yeah, I hope he doesn't get old overnight because it might backfire if he does.
I've been, you know how amped up I was about that fucking Pacquiao Thurman fight, Jono.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I say, this is what kills me, bro. These fights are only fucking competitive because Pacquiao's 40. If fucking 30-year-old Pacquiao would have fucking washed this whole division already.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys are aware of any fights coming up next weekend?
Frampton and Dominguez. Yeah.
Frampton's fighting a bum. That's next weekend. Is it, Johnny? Yeah, it is. It's the 10th of August. So Frampton's going to be fighting against Emmanuel Dominguez. On that card, let me just get Jason Sosa's on that card against Rhodes. That's an alright fight. Edgar Belanga's on the card, and for anyone who doesn't know who Edgar Belanga is, he's a middleweight Puerto Rican who's 11-0, 11 KOs, and all 11 KOs came in the first round.
Shite. Whoa.
What's his name, Mark?
Edgar Belanga.
Edgar Valanga.
Dang.
Not
Check him
Not
out.
pussy.
All coming in the first round.
big pussy, Pussy Malanga, little pussy.
Right. Also on the card, which will be something for anybody who's interested in prospects, we have the debut of Rebesi Ramirez on that card. And what's so special about Rebesi Ramirez is he's most notable as the dude who beat Shakur Stevenson for Olympic gold. But he's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He won both of them in 2 different weight divisions by the age of 22. And he's debuting.
Well, very cool.
So that
He's
ain't too
fighting
bad a
against
card
Batman
then.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, we do have some action to watch then. That's good. We've got a little while to wait until that Spence vs Porter fight. Is that in August too?
No, that's what's John. That's September the 28th, and I have a
Okay.
wedding to go to that night. So I'm gonna be porking a bridesmaid while them dudes are fighting.
Nice. Very cool. Fucking awesome. I do remember there was a card, another card in August, American card, somewhere around the middle. I can't remember who it was.
Well, Kovalev and Yard is the 24th.
Ah, that's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
I'm trying to think of another card August 10th. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we have an amazing card, pound for pound status. Are you ready?
Shoot.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is fighting Everett Bravo.
Who?
Exactly. Moving on. Right.
Yeah. I don't know who he is, but I hope he kicks
Shut.
daddy's boy's ass.
Oh, also there is a very good fight next weekend. I forgot about this one. Very good fight. Antonio Orozco, right? I don't know if many know who he is, but he's the guy who last year had a really good fight with Jose Ramirez. He had a very good fight with Jose Ramirez last year.
Okay.
Went the distance, losing on points. He's fighting against prospect Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Oh yeah. That could be worth a look by the sounds of it.
I know
That's
Johnny
next
will like
weekend?
that. That's next weekend, yeah?
Oh, okay. So we got some ESPN. We got a little DAZN, a little ESPN. Okay.
That's
Sweet.
that's Golden Boy, so that's the zone, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it is DAZN.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it on the schedule. I just
Yeah,
haven't.
so Virgil Ortiz versus Orozco. That's a good little fight, that. At 140. 140's kicking off, man.
Much else on the card for that?
Joshua Franco versus Oscar Negret. Not a great fight. Hector Tanajares on. He's a decent prospect. And other than that, I think Hector Valdez, yeah, he's an okay prospect at 122. So
Okay.
he's on it.
Okay. Cool as.
I'm still waiting on Rigondeaux to fight Inoue.
He won't fight him, will
Rigondeaux
he?
versus Inoue, you're gonna be waiting a while.
I know, I'm just playing.
Isn't Rigo ready to retire?
And they're in separate weight divisions at the moment as well.
Mm.
And anyway, he's doing the World Boxing Super Series, isn't he?
Oh fuck! It's 4 pounds. I shit that out with my morning coffee.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's like 4% of Rigo's weight.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
What's happening on the 17th? There's not really a lot next week.
I can tell you what's going on ESPN on the 17th. I know Navarrete is fighting somebody, and I think fucking I think there's somebody on the undercard. Jesse Magdaleno, maybe. Yeah, Jesse
Okay.
Magdaleno and is fighting on the undercard, and Navarrete, the kid who fought Dog Bay twice. Those are
Yeah. Oh shit, that's a good fight as well. He's fighting Francisco de Vaca, man. That's a nice little fight.
Yeah. That's a good card, and then there's some bum ass PBC fights I think that weekend too.
Okay.
Okay. Also on that card is Chris Van Heerden.
He got robbed against Spence.
Fuck's sake. He got fucked up by Spence.
Excuse me for one sec, guys.
No worries, John. Let's see, what else is there? I'm just going through all the schedule, seeing if there's anything really that catches me eye. It was Saturday the 25th. Is there anything worth on Saturday the 25th?
No, it's Saturday the 24th.
Saturday the 24th, my bad, Johnny. Let's see, Saturday the 24th. Kosoi Tanaka is fighting Johnny Gonzalez.
Kovalev's that weekend.
So, yeah, Tanaka for the WBO World Flyweight title for anyone who's interested in the lower weight shits. He's fighting against Jonathan Gonzalez. Juan Francisco Estrada is fighting Dwayne Beeman as well that weekend.
Sweet.
Filip Hrgović also on that card.
Ooh. No opponent yet?
Yeah, he's fighting Mario Heredia.
Okay. Don't know who their follower
No,
is.
hold up though. That's like an alright card because they have Goyasov versus Darlise Perez. They've got Estrada versus Dwayne Bamon. They've got Hereda versus Hrgović, and that's not actually terrible. I didn't even know Hrgović was fighting.
No, neither did I.
That's
That's
news
unusual.
to me, man.
Is there anybody on the Kovalev undercard? I looked, I just can't remember.
Just give me a sec.
Hurry up, man. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's actually a really good fight on that card. There's a few actually. There's one really good fight on that undercard, and that's Alexei Papin versus Alungu Makabu.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
a beast fight.
Yeah, that's a goodie, alright.
But yeah, they have a lot of like proper like they have Evgeny Ramonov, who I know Jono's will be interested in seeing fight. Evgeny Ramonov, he's fighting Rodney Hernandez. Ramonov's he's a heavyweight, isn't he?
Yeah.
6'4".
Be an easy win.
What? Why is Ramonov's name standing out to me so much? He did something spectacular somewhere in his career, didn't he?
He's got a higher KO ratio. I think he's got something to do with the amateurs. Maybe it was. We did speak about it. I can't remember.
I know Shepherd's Sons, or as he can tell me.
He beat somebody of note in the amateurs.
Is he the dude who knocked out Wilder?
Fuck, it might have been. It might have been. That might be it.
Is he the dude who knocked Wilder the fuck out in the amateurs?
I think it might be, man.
Or is that someone like a Bragomov?
No, I think it's Yevgeny Romanov. Spoken to someone about it.
Yeah, he is. He is the dude who knocked out Wilder in the amateurs. He's
there you go.
Card.
There you go.
So that's a nice little card, man. Like underneath Kovalev Yard, we've got Alexei Papin versus Makabu. That could be the fight of the night as well. Because Papin's coming up. Makabu, we know what he is. He's a good boxer with a lot of power. And Papin, like, he's a prospect. He's got skills. He can move. He can dance. He's got power himself. 11-0 with 10 KOs.
Yep. Cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, alright. Okay. We've got a bit coming up then, but nothing really for the top of the big boys division, which I usually like, which is unfortunate in Johnny's book. But yeah, there's still a bit to watch in the next few weeks.
Don't get me wrong, I'd watch. I'd give it a little bit more of it to attention if they were fighting each other, you know.
Yeah, they're just talking at the moment as well. Yeah, but yeah, cruiserweight and light heavyweights got a bit going on as well. So looking forward to that WBSS final if it ever freaking happens.
I'm looking forward to all of them. The cruiserweight one, the fucking Taylor and Prograis and Nonito and Inoue. All three of them. All three of them. That
WBSS has been a godsend to get a lot of good fighters to fight. I hope it continues, and I hope a lot more of the champions decides to get involved with it. But some of them wish not to. They think they can make more money by not fighting so many fights. But it comes down
Fuck
to
the War Boxing Super Series.
Really?
It's made fans really. It's given us an expectation.
Yeah.
We were all happy being angry. We were all happy being depressed and miserable about the sport, and then they come along and they give us a snippet of something that we know isn't going to last. That's like going out. You haven't had sex in 3 years, boys, yeah? And you get a hand job from the hottest chick you've ever seen in your life, and then you never see her again.
Yeah. What a bitch. Then you get even angrier.
And then you
That
can
was-
literally think to yourself, what a bitch, I fucking hate her. I was all happy being miserable. And she comes along and fucks it all up.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of hand jobs. Why would I let you do it? I can do that myself.
Good point.
Because she's going to be looking into your eyes saying, I love you, Johnny. I love you. I want you to come all over me pretty little titties.
You know,
What's wrong with me, man?
what
There's
the
something
response to
seriously
that would,
wrong with me.
you know what the response to that would be? Yeah, well, if you love me, then spread them.
Yeah.
Bend over, you little clam.
Yeah, you fucking yeah. Show me the monkey. If you love me, show me the monkey, bitch.
Oh dear. All right, lads. Seems like we're running out of boxing content to talk about.
On that note,
Yeah.
Talking about hand jobs.
It's all good. All right. Has anybody got any final words before I shut it down?
Yes, one quick thing.
Yo.
Pacquiao's gonna beat the shit out of Spence when they fight next year.
Whoop whoop. Love to see it.
Bold prediction.
very
All
bold
right, boys.
prediction.
All right, lads.
All right.
Thanks
Peace.
for tuning up, everybody. Appreciate it.
I have one thing.
Yo,
So, can I share my screen, Jono? Do you mind if I share my screen?
go for it, man.
1 sec, let me get rid of the porn tabs on this.
Yeah, good idea.
Just so as you don't get, like,
Yeah.
flagged for inappropriate content. How do I share my screen? Oh, share screen, right? So, this is going to be courtesy of Delboy, right? So, cheers to Delboy. So, he put this up, right? Dillian White, yeah? If you click on my thing, Jono, you can make my screen a little bit bigger for other people to see as well.
Yeah, I'm
But
getting there.
earlier today, Dillian White, he put up, now I know why why stressed people take their lives all the time. Stress is no joke, right? Which is hinting at depression, right? Now, shout outs to Delboy for this because, as he said, straight out of the Tyson Fury playbook. Grow up, you got caught with shit in your system, deal with it. You ain't struggling, you're a multi-millionaire, right? So, we could see Dillian White try and do a I've got bipolar or I'm a depressive or I want to kill myself thing to get out of the drug situation just like Tyson Fury did. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Based off of those words, don't be surprised if Dillian White gets a retrospective ban in 2 years because he's already been retired for depression and bipolar.
Wow. That's out there.
Just thought I'd put that up there.
Yeah. Wow.
Now I might have buried him there.
Maybe a little, but did he deserve it? Maybe. We don't quite know yet.
The bottom line is no one has any faith in boxing to sort these issues out.
That's it.
You know.
That's it in a nutshell. Yeah. All right, lads. So that'll be us for today. So thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. Wouldn't be the same without you. Also, thanks to the guys on the panel, Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. If you haven't already, make sure you get over to his channel, check it out, subscribe. And Johnny Boy also has a channel, very knowledgeable boxing commentator. So get over, check it out, and subscribe as well. And we will all catch you next time. So this is Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. Johnny Boy, we had Sam in earlier, and Mila2243, and I'm Big Boys Boxing. We'll catch you next time.
So, Janet.
So.
You know.
So.